package arrived with no return address. Myra had ordered the vintage Labubu figurine online a rare, discontinued design with its signature jagged grin and mischievous hollow eyes. It was smaller than she expected, its ceramic body cold to the touch, even in the summer heat. She placed it on her bookshelf, admiring how its cartoonish features contrasted with the eerie precision of its craftsmanship. That night, she heard the first giggle. It started as a childlike titter from the darkened corner where the doll sat. Myra rolled over in bed, dismissing it as the wind or her imagination. But then came the click of tiny ceramic feet on hardwood. Her breath caught as she peered into the gloom. The doll was no longer on the shelf. It stood at the foot of her bed, its grin wider than before, its painted eyes reflecting moonlight that shouldn't have been there. Myra lunged for the light switch. When the room brightened, the doll was back on the shelf. The next morning, Myra told herself she'd dreamed it. But then she noticed the stains. Faint, rust-colored smudges on the doll's hands like dried blood. Its expression seemed sharper, its teeth more pronounced. And when she turned away, she swore she heard the faintest creak, like a ceramic neck turning to watch her. That night she locked it in a drawer. She woke to scratching. Slow, deliberate, from inside the dresser. Myra yanked the drawer open, half expecting the doll to lunge at her. Instead, she found it exactly where she'd left it, but its hands were wet. A drop of crimson fell from its fingers, splattering onto the wood below. Her own wrist stung. When she looked down, 3 parallel cuts ran across her skin, as if tiny claws had dragged through flesh while she slept. Her cat vanished the next day. Only a tuft of black fur and a single tiny ceramic footprint near the litter box hinted at what had happened. Myra's reflection in the mirror grew gaunt, her dark circles deepening. The doll's presence weighed on her like a sickness, its laughter echoing in the walls whenever she was alone. She tried to throw it away. It reappeared on her pillow. She tried to smash it. The hammer bounced off as if it had struck steel. The power went out at midnight. Myra huddled under her blankets, her phone dead, the silence so thick she could hear her own pulse. Then, a tap, tap, tap at the foot of the bed. She didn't want to look. She had to. The doll stood there, its grin now splitting its face ear to ear, its hollow eyes filled with something dark and squirming. Its tiny hands were dripping. And behind it, in the shadows, stood dozens more identical Labubu figures, their heads tilting in unison, their painted smiles stretching wider than possible. They all reached for her. The police found Myra's apartment empty. No signs of struggle, no forced entry. Just a single Labubu doll sitting on the kitchen counter, its hands clean, its smile innocent, and on the wall behind it, written in something red and glistening, "We played." The doll was sold at a garage sale a week later. Little girl took it home, delighted by its cute, mischievous face. That night, as she slept, the doll's head turned slowly toward her, and its grin grew just a little wider. The little girl, Emily, clutched the Labubu doll to her chest as she skipped into her bedroom. Her mother had warned her not to buy strange toys from garage sales, but Emily couldn't resist the doll's playful grin, and mischievous eyes called to her. "You're my friend now," she whispered, placing it on her nightstand before climbing into bed. That night the house was silent. Then a soft giggle. Emily stirred, rolling over in her sleep. The sound came again, closer this time. A whisper right beside her ear. "Let us play." Her eyes flew open. The doll was no longer on the nightstand. It sat on her pillow, inches from her face, its hollow eyes gleaming in the dark. Its smile had stretched wider, its jagged teeth now needle-sharp. Emily screamed. Her parents burst into the room, flipping on the light, as the doll was back on the nightstand. Emily's parents dismissed her terror as a nightmare. But the next morning, her mother found deep scratches on the inside of the bedroom door, as if something small had clawed its way out. That evening, Emily refused to sleep alone. Her father, annoyed but concerned, agreed to stay with her. "It's just a doll," he muttered, picking it up. The moment his fingers touched it, a jolt of icy pain shot up his arm. He dropped it with a gasp, staring at his hand. 3 thin cuts oozed blood across his palm. The doll's grin twitched. The next day, Emily's father threw the doll into the fireplace. The flames roared, then sputtered out as if snuffed by an unseen force. The doll sat untouched in the ashes, its ceramic body unblemished. That night, the scratching began, not just from Emily's room, from the walls, from under the beds, from inside the closets. Emily's mother tore open their daughter's toy chest and recoiled. Dozens of tiny ceramic hands pressed against the inside of the lid. The house went silent the following morning. Neighbors reported no movement. The mail piled up. Concerned relative called the police. When officers arrived, they found the front door unlocked. Inside, the home was spotless. No signs of struggle. No traces of the family. Only one thing sat out of place. On the kitchen table, surrounded by 3 place settings, was the Labubu doll. Its hands were clasped together, its grin stretched impossibly wide. And in the center of the table, written in something dark and wet, were the words, "We played again." A week later, the doll appeared at a thrift store, then at a flea market, then on the doorstep of an orphanage, left in a donation bin. Each time, a new owner took it home. Each time, the laughter started again. Each time, the words reappeared. We played because the game never ends. It only waits for the next player.